Welcome to Wolfman Rants 411. I am Wolfman here. It is December 5th. It is a Thursday. How are you doing, all my subscribers and not subscribers? And if you're not subscribed, feel free to give it a subscribe and a thumbs up and let me know what you think about this channel. Good or bad, let me know. Put it in the comments down below. Hey, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Let's move on to the first thing here we're going to talk about. And it looks like only 6% of federal workers show up in person on a full-time basis. Scathing Senate report reveals. Now, Elon Musk added to this by saying this. If you exclude security guards and maintenance personnel, the number of government workers who show up in person and do 40 hours of work is closer to 1%. So how would you think about hiring 100 people and 94 of those people just go home and don't ever do anything? Five of those people are guards or the people on the outside that don't really do a whole bunch. Like, keep you safe. Don't get me wrong. But only one out of the 100 actually does something. How would you feel about that? How would you feel about hiring 100 people and only one does something, but you're forced to pay for it? That is what our government's doing. And Joe Biden just gave 42,000 federal employees the permission to work from home permanently. Don't even have to do anything. You're just able to stay home. You don't even have to come in anymore. Meetings, nothing. Isn't that ridiculous? What are we going to do with this guy? Next up is this right here. You guys got to listen to this right here. It says, what do you notice about this video of Barron Trump? Pay close attention to his voice. Yes, please do pay attention to this voice. Let's see what you think.
Hello, how are you?
I'm in the business.
It's very nice to see you. Very nice.
I gave him a shout out last night. The place went crazy. He didn't
Hello, how are
see
you?
it
It's
himself.
very nice.
Good to see you. You too, buddy.
Oh, you've never met him?
No,
You like
no,
that?
it's not.
Could we make him into a fighter?
What do you think about that? Did you hear that? That was politeness. That was awesomeness. That was a kid brought up the right way in a world full of crap. This kid, unlike other millionaires' kids, because he was a millionaire before he was a billionaire, okay? So other millionaire parents don't have kids this respectful, wearing a suit all the time and getting great grades. And no, they're trying to go through and drink and just do all the stuff they shouldn't be doing. And quite honestly, it's pathetic. However, this one here, not pathetic. Totally cool. Way to go, Donald Trump. Way to go, Mr. President. You keep doing what you're doing. You and Ivanka are super awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're doing great. Don't need me to tell you that. You sure know this. Next up, we're going to do this one here. Look at this. This is a picture. If you look down here in the corner, that is a picture of the guy who lost his life. He was a billionaire CEO, and he was walking down the sidewalk of New York when this guy right here came up with a weapon that had a silencer on it and racked off some rounds into the back of this guy. On the shells, it was written with deny, depose, defend. And who knows if the other shells had stuff on them. But this is what's being reported right now, is that there was these words on these shells, and that, I mean, I'd show you the video if I could, but this guy, he pulls the trigger a few times, and he pulls, and he racks again, and he does it again, and he racks, and he does it again. So he's leaving these shell casings on the ground, doesn't care. Once this dude falls over, he walks past him, nonchalantly just walks past him. As people are running, believe it or not, there is one just in the camera view. You can see him or her running towards this dude, but past him. Could have easily just took him down. But you're going to try to escape. I get it. You're going to try to escape. Nonetheless, this dude just kind of nonchalantly walks over by the front of that vehicle with the headlights on and just goes across the street kind of swiftly and out of sight. Nobody's seen him since. What do you think about that? This dude right here kind of looks like a girl, quite honestly. But if I show you this other image, that doesn't look like a girl. So I'm not really sure what to think on this. There is a $10,000 reward. So if you by chance need some money and you know who this guy is, you are welcome to call. There is a number. Let me find it. Here it is. Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-8444. 1-800-577-8477. That is 1-800-577-TIPS. That's 1-800-577-8477 to Crime Stoppers. And you could even do it anonymously and say, look, I've seen this dude. And just help people get justice. There is, like I said, a $10,000 reward. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Now, speaking of weapons, we have this issue right here. We have this. Let me change this up a little bit for you so you can see a little more. There we go. I know I should be doing this on the fly, but hey, what can I do? Canada bans 324 firearms. Yes, types of firearms. How's that? Not just 324. Canada bans 324 types of firearms. Eyes donation to Ukraine. The Canadian government, under the leadership of the Prime Minister Trudeau and the Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc, has announced that immediate ban on an additional 324 types of firearms. These firearms are described by the government as belonging on the battlefield, not in communities. Legal, quote, quote, legal gun owners are provided an amnesty period until October 25th to comply with the new regulations. The banned firearms are slated for inclusion in a buyback program, with discussions indicating that some of these weapons could potentially be donated to Ukraine to aid their conflict. How do you feel about your legal guns that you have being given to Ukraine? Sure, you might make a few bucks in the buyback, right? But they're yours and you got them legally. And now they're going to take your guns and send them over there. They're just doing whatever they can do to help Ukraine, and they don't care about their own citizens. And the fact that you've done something legally, and obviously you haven't committed any crimes with these guns because you're legal and you still have them, and you're not in prison. So, like, we're going to take from the rich and give to the poor, right? I can understand that. I give to the poor sometimes. But your guns? Your legal guns? I am, oh man, this guy right here, he is a piece of work. I would love to play this for you, but I'm tired of hearing his voice. So let's move on, and there is a couple more things, and well, you should check out this video on X. Is a video about Joy Baird and John Fetterman, and John Fetterman just gives it to her about the way she thinks about stuff. I'd love to play this. I think I got a little bit of time left, and it's just 1:40 long. I'm really not sure. I wanted to play it, but I'm not sure if I should. Maybe I should come back and do it later.
It is his son, after all, and people do have sympathy for that. But a lot of people are angry with him about it. What do you say?
Oh, well, I think.
Now, before I really get started on this, I am not a huge fan of John Fetterman. I'm just going to be right out there and honest, right? He was doing all this weird, wacky crap when he got in there. However, over the years of him being in there, I realized something. He is the old school Democrat that is now what the Republicans are. I'm not sure what the old Republicans used to be, but the Democratic Party of 30 years ago is what the Republican Party is now. And the people on the left side, the Democratic side, are more the liberal radical liberals, and that causes an issue because now you have the Democrats going, that's too far, but we don't want to be Republicans because that's just a bad word. But really, the Democrats of before are now the Republicans of now. So that's just, that's just what it is.
It's undeniable that the case against Hunter Biden was really politically motivated, but I also think it's true that the trial in New York for Trump that was political as well too. Now it's that, and in both cases, I think a pardon is appropriate, and I really think collectively, America's confidence in these kinds of institutions have been damaged by these kinds of cases, and
I don't trust the government, right? I really don't. You have Fani Willis, who said, if you elect me, I'll make sure he goes to prison. I'll make sure. That should not be on the campaign trail. That really shouldn't. Should not be on the campaign trail. You're not supposed to get elected because you want to go after somebody, right? So
we cannot allow these kinds of institutions to be weaponized against our political opponents, and it's very clear both trials were politically motivated and weaponized that on the other side.
100%.
They'll say that about the J6 people too, though, right? That's what they're going to say on the other side. That is weaponized also.
I'm not referring to that. I'm talking about.
I will say that, because January 6ers, a lot of them showed up just to check it out, just to see. No idea what's going on. There was a lot of peaceful people there, except the front lines. Now, this is quoted from somebody who was there. It was a little hectic towards the front, but all the people out there further out, it was peaceful. They were just there watching. It's the people up front that were super close to the building that went crazy.
About the New York trial, and now the Democrats on our side there were some that were gleeful, calling it like, now he's a convicted felon and those things, and
I can't tell you how much I heard. Oh, you're gonna vote for a felon? Damn right, I sure did. And if the other side was better, I would have voted that way too. I will go to whatever side I feel has the most common sense. And right now, it was Donald Trump. So I did vote for Donald Trump.
now for our party, we were talking about criminal justice, and we're now talking about second chances. And now all of a sudden, now you're like, well, he's a convicted felon and all these things. And now clearly, again, both of those trails, the Hunter Biden one and the
Oh, and he wasn't even convicted. So that was all dismissed because there was no grounds. Like, in order to go back on a misdemeanor and create a felony, you have to have some kind of further back issue that he was convicted of. And they couldn't get that to pass because it was fake. So none of that held up.
trial in New York for Trump, that was politically motivated, and those kinds of charges would have never been brought unless one side could realize that they could weaponize that.
Senator, many of Trump's
Yeah.
It is his son, after all, and
It's
people.
yeah. Anyways. Whew. Crazy stuff. Breaking. Senator John Fetterman stated that President-elect Donald Trump should be pardoned in a New York City business records case, calling it politically motivated. I'm starting to like this dude more and more every day. In fact, a lot of his views are what the now Republicans actually view. It is what we see. It's what we want. The Republican side. Even though he's sticking to his roots, he is still a Democrat. He's holding on to the fact that the Democratic values are still the Democratic values. However, they're not. That's not what the Republican side is. So if you ever see this, John Fetterman, you probably won't. You're really what the Republicans are now, to be honest with you. All right. And since we got to get this wrapped up, we're going to go to Trending on X. This really pisses me off. This really upsets me. United States Capitol banned transgender women from using the women's bathroom. My trans friends and I went into the Capitol and had a meeting in the ladies' room. I would be very offended if I was a lady. My thoughts on this, and this is just my thoughts. If you're minding your own business, who cares, right? Who cares? But when you're doing stuff like this, you're dancing sexy in a bathroom. What if this is the Capitol, right? So you wouldn't think there'd be many kids in there. But what would you think if some little girl was walking in there and saw this? Would you be happy with that? Would you be happy if it was your little girl? Most of these people don't even have kids, because if they did, they would be thinking differently. They really would. Almost everybody who has kids thinks differently than they did when they were younger, including myself. This is just crazy. Next up, and we have a couple more to get through. We are almost done. Bear with me. Just in, Russia outlaws satanic temple, deeming it undesirable and blasphemous of traditional religious values. This is going to be a personal opinion, personal unpopular opinion. When you are raised, you can be raised in any scenario, and as you're raised in that scenario, you think that is okay, right? This can stem from religious views to things that are outlawed in countries. If you're raised that way, it's normal to you, right? And we were told long ago that this guy's bad, right? Putin's bad. Tell me why. Tell me why he's bad. I want to know. I'm curious. Take it all the way back. Why is he bad? The country's beautiful. The buildings are great. The people are great. Check out Tucker Carlson on the Tucker Carlson network where he went to Russia. Oh, he's there again. So check it out. Check it out. Tucker Carlson Network. And check out the subways and how beautiful and friendly people are and how their food is better and life is better. And yet they're the bad people. Okay, granted, I don't have all the information or whatnot, but just think on that for a second. If you were raised to think that having a cat is evil, and that's the way you thought, is that having a cat is evil, and then you go to your friend's house and they have a cat, you're going to think that cat's evil, that person's evil, and that it's just going to be how it is because that's how you were raised, right? I'm saying step outside of the box and see what happens. Step outside of that box and look at it from a neutral view. Look at it from empathy's view. All right, we're at 15 minutes, and we need to hurry up and get this over with. Elon Musk made an appearance in the Senate today with his son X. Look at this, a beautiful sight. Elon Musk and his son X. Dude, what an amazing dude. What an amazing guy right there. I am telling you. And one more shot right here. Team Doge at Capitol Hill today. Look at the face of that little dude right there. That is so awesome. Look at that face. I love it. I love it. Such a daddy's boy. And Vivek, clean cut, awesome, millionaire. I don't think he's a billionaire yet, but he's a millionaire, like, what, scientist or something? I don't know. He discovered medicines or something or other. Just amazing. Very smart business guy. Very, very, very smart. I am not going to scroll because who knows what is going to go on when I scroll. And before we go, let's look at this last topic right here from the AP's Top Songs of 2024. Texas Hold'em, Not Like Us, and I'm not sure what that one is, and more. All right, 10 of the best songs this year. A bar song, Tipsy by Shabuzi. That was a pretty good song, well overplayed by now. Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. I believe that one's a pretty good one also. And then we have Like That, Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar. All right. Good Luck Babe by Chappelle Roan. Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. I've had that one on repeat a few times in our house, and quite a few times, quite honestly, and it's still good every time. Sabrina, you're doing great. Thank you very much for that. Texas Hold'em by Beyonce. Now, granted, I don't like Beyonce. I haven't liked her since the three of them danced around in black and white on their video. Put a ring on it or something like that. I don't know. I liked her before that, but I didn't like her since then. Texas Hold'em, though, pretty catchy tune. You should check that one out. That's a very good one. Beyonce, good job. You pulled back an old person that watched you way back in like 99. Okay, you know which video I'm talking about. Nasty by Tennessee or something like that. I'm not really sure what that is. AP, thanks for these pop-ups. That's awesome. I Had Some Help by Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Yes. And Post Malone, I could do without the vibrato all the time. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. But other than that, you have some pretty good songs, especially when you leave that vibrato out of there. I'm not sure what that is, who that is. Equal K, I don't know. I don't even know. But that made it on the list. Not sure I ever heard that one. Right back to it. Wax, what's it with these people in these names? But Right Back to It apparently is a song by somebody that it must be pretty good, and it looks like that is it. So we're going to wrap that up right here by saying thanks so much for the 2.72 thousand subscribers, and let me know what I can do to make things better in these videos, or let me know what you'd like to see. And check out the page, check out the channel. Would love to see your comments. Love to see your comments. I go through every comment on every one of my channels, and I would love to just see your comments on this channel. Super awesome. Good, bad, ugly. Just give it. Just give me some. And don't forget to subscribe. There could be magic that happens if you subscribe. We'll see. In the meantime, I must get to bed. So you all have yourself a wonderful night and enjoy your weekend. I will not be on tomorrow because I have an outing to go to, and I'm not going to miss that. So I won't be here tomorrow, but I might see you Saturday, maybe Sunday. I'm not sure. I'll be around. I got to do some videos for some other channels, and whatever. I'm at 19 minutes, so it's time to go. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, if you made it all the way to the end till right here, put the number 23 in the comment section. Thank you. Have a good day. Peace out. Peace. Peace out. Peace. Oh, I'm still here. Oh. Time to go.